now we're gonna assemble part A, and here we see all the parts that we're gonna assemble. Now we're gonna assemble the turntable of body A, and this one is a little bit tricky, so our not the assembly process, but you need to be careful in which order you put the plates. So if we look at this is going to be the top plate. I have drawn a number 1 here on this side. I looked at the CAD and then I draw that so I remember. This is number 2, and you see it has an engraved part here, so it's important to put it in the right direction and not in the flip side. So this one goes under, and then we see that the hole here come as close as possible to the first plate. Then we take number 3 and then number 4, and then you see that this hole is closest to this side, and the other hole that we have here is as close as possible to this side, and the cable that's gonna come inside here later thereby have the longest room to go. So before we attach all of them, we're gonna insert these pieces too into this hole here, so we cannot just screw this together. Everything we have to do it a little bit in order. So okay, first we have these 3 parts, and I'm gonna insert dowel pins so that they are aligned. And then test arbor press again, and be a bit careful so we don't whoops, it's aligned then, there we go. Okay, I put this little thing together, and this screw is going to be used to tighten and tighten the cable eventually. So this is going to be inserted here, and lucky enough that we can, yeah, it's going to be press fitted here. So I'm going to use the arbor press here.
Now we can add this part. And then we can mount everything together here.
Now when we have that, we're going to attach these, or we're going to first assemble them, and then they're going to be, and see that looking at this hole, that this thing, the smallest hole of the three should be in the middle. And then we have this is correct. And this is correct.
Okay, and the usual adding pins. And primarily this.
So we have these two now. But before I'm gonna insert that, I'm gonna add bearings. So yeah, these are 10, these are 8. So these bearings are going here. And now, as we always do inserting bearings, always use some protection so we don't really push on it. Maybe even better with this. Then we don't push on the inner part. Here, and be steady and careful, because we want them to be inserted flat, right? So sometimes when you push it in, it becomes a little bit tilted, and if you jam it right into the wood, then that's not good at all. So you have to then maybe remove it and try to fit it again. It can be difficult. So this is good. I haven't tested. And now for this one, we use the 8mm bearing. Okay, now we want to actually insert this thing, and here we also need to be careful because we want it in the correct direction, and I marked it, but you can remember this side should be closest to the hole, and also the hole should be upward and not hidden, so that we can see it from above. So basically it should sit like this. And for these parts, these openings, you see here, should be outward facing. So this is the correct. Now I wish I had a large enough arbor press, but I don't. It's a pity. So I have to use my hammer. And since we have these screws and all, we want to be a little bit careful when we do this. So we need to offset. I need to not hurt the bearings, not hurt the table too much. So nice and flat. Okay, and now it depends a little bit how tightly cut this is. If you can press or all right. Pretty hard, right? And the other one. It's a bit scary this because it's quite irreversible, but okay. Here's our motor. Here's our flexible coupler, and the capstan. So this thing is going in here, and now you can see how it goes there. The other one goes in here. Now this, yeah, is going to on the motor. We want it to come like that, and that the motor you don't see, has the encoder upwards.